Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working in my December project. I've got the other side of story 4, and that is going to be on this side. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so this one took a little bit of time, and I pulled out those letter stickers so I could put some letters on and completely shove them to the side and never use them. I don't even see them right now. I don't even know where they are, so that's great. It is five stories in, and my space is an utter wreck. So I think that there is going to have to be some cleaning up. But honestly, you guys, it's so much easier to just come and sit down and play with the stuff and then finish the page and walk away when you're not feeling great. You know what I mean? I've been on antibiotics now for 24 hours. So things are looking up. I do feel better than I did yesterday. But yeah, there's going to have to be some cleanup for sure. Because, whoa, I didn't know such a small amount of scrapbooking supplies can go so wide across the room, right? It's kind of crazy. So this layout is not going to have a photo on it. One, because I thought about taking photos of my drugs that my doctor gave me, and I was like, no, I really don't want that in this album. And I was like, well, maybe I should take a picture of myself, the way I look. And I'm like, no, I really don't want that in this album. I have documented rough pictures of me in my regular albums. And these little December projects are really kind of just bursts of joy and happiness for me. So while I want to document the fact that I am sick, and acknowledge that and mention that it is, I have not been able to do my advent calendar. I want that mentioned, but I don't want it to be kind of the focus. So this is going to be one of those pages where it has a little bit of a story, but mostly it's just pretty Christmas decorations. So I am okay with that. If you are not okay with that, I am sorry. I just don't feel the need to do that. Plus, there are days where I have multiple photos. There are stories that have multiple photos. So I am not going to stress out about it, you guys. This, like I said, these little books are my little bits of happiness. And really, that's just what I am going to worry about. So that first card, I just used a die cut. I went ahead and tied a bow with some sewing thread through that silver charm. I changed the, the banner that said Christmas to Happy Christmas, just because I felt like it needed a little extra pop of red. And then I put that little tab on it that says Christmas, because if you hadn't figured it out, there's a lot of Christmas going on in this album. I do mess around with this one a little bit. I am bringing in that pink color because I have decided that a little bit of pink and a little bit of the tealy blue color is going to be fine in here. Because if you missed it the first time, I told this, or maybe I thought about it. I don't know if I told it or I thought about it. This week has seriously been a blur. My first December project had, it was Chamel's Christmas Memories, and it has touches of teal and pink in it, and it didn't ruin my life or my experience or my album, so I just figured I would go ahead and do that. I am going to use this kind of sales ticket bit as a card, and I'm just kind of outlining, kind of like putting it out there what I want on the card exactly, because I wasn't entirely sure. I felt like I needed to bring in some ribbon and twine because it's story 5 and we just need a little bit more. So I'm going to do that with some lacy ribbon and also one of the burlap ribbons that were in the shop. So I'm going to put those on there, and then I realize that it is too low and I need to raise it up. So when I raise it up, I screw it up and I tear off the top layer of the card. Well, the good news is I've got these beautiful, beautiful 49 and Market rub-ons, and those bad boys are going to cover up that torn bit really well. Plus it adds some dimension and fun to the card that kind of needs to be there. Right, like it just needs that little bit extra. So I'm going to go ahead and put these rub-ons on top of the page. That is not blood on that, you guys. That is from my geranium alcohol ink, just in case anybody's worried. And then I'm going to rub those rub-ons on, and I'm like, yes, it totally covered up the tarned. There was a tarned edge on there, the torn edge on there. And I don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Earlier, I also lost my tape runner. I've still got the temporary tape runner because I haven't brought up the ATG that I got from the business upstairs. So I need to remember to do that. Also, fun fact, yesterday I took my final exam in my accounting class. Got a B in the class. Yeah, I normally would be disappointed in myself for a B because I know I can get an A. But being this sick, and also just knowing that a B is going to be good enough when my GPA is a 4.33 now, it's not going to bring it down that much. I'm okay with it. And I know I'm fine, right? Like I don't know. Am I convincing you or am I convincing me? So I decided that I was going to use the number 5 with those chipboard numbers. And I wanted to do a different color besides the naked chipboard color or the gold that I've done. So I pulled out my Brutus Monroe Emerald City embossing powder. This was for the Wizard of Oz. It is kind of a mixture of green and gold, and I think it's a beautiful color for my December project album. This is where I'm going to journal about how sick I've been this week, and I haven't even had a chance to enjoy the wine advent calendar, and that's all I say here, right? I planned on journaling a lot more, but I ended up decorating more. So when I document my wine advent calendar, I will journal more about how sick I was, and actually, technically still am, and actually say how many days I'm behind, because this is story 5 and it is the 7th and I'm still haven't popped open that bad boy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.